Hey everyone, it's Emily, and I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about the books I want to read in the month of July. And June was a very successful reading month. I took the month to just totally mood read. I didn't really set a full TBR. I had some things that I thought might interest me, and that went really well. I also picked up a couple of books in June that went to the top of my TBR, and that was just fun. So I think it went really well. And for the month of July, I will have a structured TBR that I'm pretty sure is what I'm going to get to. We'll see. I still want to be a little bit flexible with myself, but I think I know what I'm in the mood to read, and if that changes, so be it. But I feel better about actually setting a TBR this month and hopefully sticking to it. So without further ado, let's get into the books. First one is one that I am currently reading, and that is Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. And I started watching this show with a dear friend of mine, and she actually thought I'd already read this, and she was super excited to watch the show. She texted me and said, hey, we should watch the show together. And I was like, yeah, sure, sounds good. I mean, I had heard good things about the story, and, why not? And I usually like to read things before I either watch the show or watch a movie, but she was so excited about it that I was fine just jumping right in. And then I told her that I hadn't actually read it, and she was like, wait, you haven't read it? I thought you read it and really enjoyed it, and that's why I asked you to watch the show with me. So I went to go get Good Omens, and also it's on script, so I've been going back and forth between the audiobook and reading it physically. I will ultimately finish this relatively quickly. I'm already that far into it, so not that far, but it's going pretty quickly. The audiobook isn't that long. So between going back and forth, I think it'll be pretty quick. So as far as what this is actually about, it's about an angel and a demon who are preparing for the apocalypse, and they're kind of building their armies, or kind of preparing for the impending apocalypse, and there was a mix-up, and the Antichrist has been misplaced, and they can't find the Antichrist, and shenanigans ensues. It's a lot of fun. Super British humor. So if you are a fan of British humor, it definitely reminds me of just silly, just that style of humor that is just, I love it. Like, I love Douglas Adams. I love Monty Python. Just, I tend to enjoy British humor, and so I'm enjoying it so far. I think I will continue to, but yeah, talk about it more in a wrap-up. I also have been excited to start getting Fairy Loot, and so this was May's book in Fairy Loot, and so I have The Beholder by Anna Bright, and I just started this last night, so I'm not very far into it, but this is another one that I plan to read in the month of July. It follows a young girl who faced a very public marriage proposal rejection. So for political reasons, she and her society needs to find someone to marry, and needs to have a very purposeful and political marriage, and she can't really find that where she is, and her stepmother basically sends her away on a ship to go find a husband and bring that person back. Anyway, so it follows her on her adventure on this ship, and I don't know, we'll see, but planning on reading this in the month of July. I also am planning on reading the June book that I got for Fairy Loot. Fairy Loot has been amazing. I'm so excited about this book, and when I saw that this was the book of the month for Fairy Loot, I was incredibly excited to get it. That is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson, and it has these beautiful sprayed edges, and it's shimmery sprayed edges. I doubt this is picking up very well on camera, but it's gorgeous, and the cover is absolutely stunning. And this follows, I don't know too much about this, but it follows a magical library, which really is all I need to know to want to read a book. But this follows Elizabeth, who is essentially kind of a warden of, or wants to be a warden of, this magical library, and in this world I believe the books contain magic, and those things can come to life maybe. It's a magical library with magical books, and she wants to protect these stories and protect these books, And that's really all I know about it, and that's all I really need to know about it. So very excited to get to this. And I also would like to finish, or continue actually, a series that I started a couple of months ago. I started the Witchland series by Susan Dennard, and I didn't get to these last month, but I still really would like to continue on with that series. I've got Sight Witch, and I also have Wind Witch, so these are the continuation. The first book, I can talk a little bit about it. Follows Iseult and Safia, and Iseult is a thread witch and Safia is a truth witch. So Safia can basically tell when people are being truthful, and it's kind of hard to describe, but Iseult can kind of see the threads and emotions between people, and there's a lot to that is kind of makes it a little bit different and hard to describe. But it's a really, really awesome story. The relationship between those two, their thread sisters is what they're called, is really beautiful, and it's just great to see a series where there's just two badass women who will do nothing or stop at nothing to protect the other and protect their friendship and treasure that friendship. So it's great. And so because Safia is this truth witch, it's a very powerful tool to have, and a lot of political leaders want a truth witch on their side to be able to conduct politics and ultimately help their kingdoms and help their people. And so there are a bunch of different political actors who are trying to control Safia and control her magic. And so it's her basically going around trying to figure out who she can trust and trying to be able to stand on her own 2 feet and, protect herself and protect Iseult as well. And it's just a lovely story so far, so I'm very excited. I listened to it on audio, and the audiobook was really, really great. I loved it. So, and I believe these are also on Scribd as well, so I think I went back and forth between the physical and the audio. I might do that with these. We'll just kind of see where my audiobook status is after I finish Good Omens. I also we'll see what happens. So those are the other 2 books that I think I really would like to get to in the month of July. We'll see what else happens. I still haven't finished Becoming, so that is actually another one that I would like to finish in the month of July. So we'll see what happens. Maybe this shifts around a little bit, but those are the ones that I'm currently really excited to get to. So what are you reading in the month of July? Let me know. Have you read any of these? Are you excited about these? Are you watching the show for Good Omens? And what do you think so far? So be sure to subscribe below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's where I like to hang out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.